Fans were surprised when Princess Kate, or beloved daughter, as King Charles affectionately referred to her, planted a kiss on her father-in-law's cheek following the Duchess of Kent's funeral. Turns out, even royal rules take a back seat to family. Royal introductions usually sound like job titles on steroids. His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, but Princess Kate keeps it simple. During a visit to Crown Hospital, Kate turned and presented her husband to a patient simply, "This is William," with no royal title or official introduction. Prince William is commonly referred to by his princely title, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales. But in one sentence, she reminded everyone that future king or not Prince William is still just a husband, a father and a person.
A very popular choice.
I am beside myself. This is such a fashion moment, I can't tell you.
Royal weddings are full of protocol. From the venue to the vows and even the outfits, every element is carefully prepared. Everything is symbolic. And royal brides are expected to follow these norms, particularly the one on how a bride's hair should be styled. However, on her wedding day, Princess Catherine softly pushed back. Instead, I chose to wear my hair down in gentle flowing waves. And it's even more iconic because she defied a 350-year tradition. The coronation of King Charles III was one of the decade's most highly anticipated events, steeped in centuries of symbolism. So when Kate stepped out in Westminster Abbey without a tiara in sight, fans noticed. Instead, she chose a beautiful headpiece designed by Jess Collett and Alexander McQueen. Royal observers believe she was following her father-in-law's orders. Whatever the situation, Kate demonstrated another aspect of royal duty, balancing tradition and modernity. At this point, Kate has made one thing very clear. She will wear whatever she wants. And this time she swapped her tiara in favour of channeling her inner cowgirl that we cannot not help but love. The Princess of Wales showed her support for the Red Roses, England's rugby team, in an Instagram post where she wore a vibrant red hat decorated with a beautiful silver tiara and wished the squad good luck.
How open and forthcoming are
If watching Kate has taught us anything, it's that she has a sweet place for children. So it's no surprise that she interrupted her speech to coo at a baby. While the infant may have stolen the princess's heart, she has captured the hearts of millions with this one beautiful moment. School travels are typically the responsibility of teachers, chaperones and parents. However, in February of last year, the Princess of Wales brightened the day of several school children by accompanying them on a field trip. Following the launch of her early childhood programme, Kate shocked fans by joining a group of young students in London's National Portraits Gallery, even holding hands with a small child. And with her heartfelt act, she transformed an average school day into something memorable. For most people, hobbies are just a way to pass time. For Kate, they're a competitive sport. Whether it's tennis, hockey, or anything athletic, she doesn't just show up, she shows up to win.
I mean, the Duchess of Cambridge is an extremely great role model. I think she's an inspiration to the whole country.
You asked for the green ball, so you pop this now.
The princess even went toe-to-toe against Emma Raducanu during their tennis match at the Lawn Tennis Association's 2021 homecoming.
Yeah, I think I can learn a lot from her. Her forehand was incredible, so I was very, very impressed, and it was a lot of fun to play tennis with the Duchess and the other winners too.
Emma describes this incident as impressive, even praised the future Queen's forehand. So turns out Kate doesn't just rule engagements, she rules the court too. And one thing is certain, she always succeeds at whatever she sets her mind to. Kate Middleton has repeatedly demonstrated that, while she may be the future Queen of England, she is still a devoted mother to her 3 children. And there's one royal tradition she absolutely refused to pass on to her kids: blooding initiation. It's a controversial initiation in which the kids are expected to go hunting with their parents and then be smeared with the blood of their first kill. Princess Kate, however, is not having this custom. Insiders say she put her foot down. No debate, no compromise. The royal family maintains a high level of formality, and one unbreakable rule is that the Riach family does not appear overly familiar in public. And then there's Kate, kissing tennis Roger Federer 3 times on the cheek. Not once or twice, but 3 times. But here's the twist. She wasn't just being rebellious for the sake of it, she was simply honouring the Swiss greeting tradition. So technically, she wasn't breaking protocol, she was just being polite, albeit in the most headline-making way possible.
What's your name? Can I shake your hand? What's your name? Hello.
Princess Kate might be the next people's princess, given her preference for connecting with fans over adhering to royal protocol. Kate Middleton made news on a visit to South Wales when she halted her convoy, which is unusual for royals, to speak with a young fan, Lily Rose.
Can I shake your hand? What's your name? Hello. Very nice to meet you.
Kate saw the young fan call out to her and dashed off, disregarding her tight schedule to speak with the then 3-year-old, demonstrating her charming attitude and desire for lasting connections.
We literally did come round there.
Hi, I'm Kate. Hi, it's Victoria. Nice to meet you. And how are you finding it?
Kate had significant conversations during a wellbeing garden event in Colchester Hospital, but what she did next demonstrated her down-to-earth personality.
Am I allowed to not wear gloves?
I'm not wearing gloves. No, I'm not wearing gloves. So he said, depth-wise.
Yeah.
Kate was expected to plant flowers, Catherine's rose plant, named after her, the royal way gloves on, hands clean, photos taken. Instead, she gently asked if she could remove her gloves because, according to her, she wanted to feel the earth. And just like that, she reminded everyone of Princess Diana, grounded, warm, and deeply human. This moment almost went unnoticed, which honestly makes it even better. While visiting Newham Ambulance Station in the rain, Kate noticed a paramedic standing without an umbrella and immediately asked her protection officer to bring one over for the lady. The paramedic even protested, worried about making a fuss. Princess Kate clearly has a habit of bending the rules, and honestly, we're not mad about it. Like this time where she literally ran over to accept flowers from a fan. She stopped, smiled, took the flowers, and even stayed to chat for a moment. And yes, she looked very aware that she was already late for her next engagement. But instead of rushing off, she chose to honour the people that waited to see her. And the most notable departure from protocol to yet has been this devastating statement. After much speculation in the media, Kate made a public declaration disclosing that she was having treatment after being diagnosed with early-stage cancer.
Who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy.
The Queen also carried regrets, and one of her deepest regrets was not visiting Aberfan immediately after the 1966 coal disaster that claimed the lives of 116 children. She waited a week before going, and later said she wished she had gone sooner. When she finally arrived, witnesses described the moment as deeply emotional. It was one of the few times the world saw the crown give way to grief. While the Queen respected tradition, she wasn't afraid to upgrade it. In the 1970s, instead of riding past crowds in a car like royals always had, she stepped out and walked. She shook hands, smiled, and talked to people face to face. And just like that, the royal walkabout was born. What started as a small change turned into a royal ritual among the royal family, all because Queen Elizabeth decided, why not just walk? This moment no one saw coming, not even James Bond himself. During the 2012 London Olympics, the world expected fireworks, flags, and formal speeches from the Queen. What they got instead was Her Majesty casually acting alongside Daniel Craig and then parachuting into the stadium. James Bond said he was shocked she even agreed to his stunt of using the palace grounds, which he requested as a joke. And also more surprising is the fact that she asked to be featured in this skit. Who needs a fake throne when you already sit on the real one? When the Queen visited the Game of Thrones set in Belfast, Northern Ireland, she was offered the famous Iron Throne, and without missing a beat, she refused. Because let's be honest, when you've ruled half the world, fake thrones don't impress you.
To Your Majesty, Head of the Commonwealth and Queen of Canada. In so doing, I am deeply mindful of Your Majesty's long and tireless service to the Commonwealth and to its citizens.
Yes, the Queen gave formal speeches, but don't let the pearls fool you. She had jokes. During a visit to Canada, then Prime Minister Justin Trudeau thanked her for her long and tireless service, proudly adding that he was Canada's 12th Prime Minister and his father had been the 4th, basically saying, "You've literally seen all of us."
As Head of the Commonwealth, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you all here this evening. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister of Canada, for making me feel so old.
When it was the Queen's turn to speak, she smiled and thanked him for making her feel so old.
The American people are proud to welcome Your Majesty back to the United States, a nation you've come to know.
Trying to test a guard's patience never ends well, and this is proof. And trust me, the next one's even worse.
Get off the range!
They really thought the guard would just let that slide? Nope, instant karma. What happens next? Let's just say, the next move gets shut down in epic fashion.
Get off the range!
One wrong move, and the guard wasted no time putting them in there. Japanese culture is known for its beauty and its discipline, and this sumo wrestler showed just how powerful politeness can be. He stayed outside the restricted area, took his photos, even waved at the horse, and then bowed slightly to the royal guard in acknowledgement. These sumo wrestlers came like any other tourists, ready to take photos. But what set them apart was their respect for boundaries. No crossing lines, no entitlement, just pure courtesy. And honestly, that kind of unexpected kindness hits harder than any rule-breaking moment.
She's showing respect.
It's not every day you see a tourist fully locked in with the horse, talking, smiling, and showing genuine respect. It's no wonder the horse looked intrigued, because we were too. A refreshing change from the usual photo first, manners never energy. And if that made you smile, the next moment will trot straight into your heart.
Anybody get bitten today? Waiting.
That happens once in a while now. It used to happen every day, but
I know. People that watch the videos, they know what to do now.
A photo session doesn't always have to end with someone crossing a line, and this tourist proved that beautifully. The respect was so clear that even the horse seemed to acknowledge the bow.